There we go. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, happy Friday.
Let me send this stuff over to you.
Yes. So I can know what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because as usual, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I just got a few things this week. How did I do this? Okay. How was your week? Happy Friday.
um, Weird. For some reason, it feels like it's only like Wednesday in my
It
head.
do feel a little weird this week. Was this a short week or something?
No, it was actually a longer week for me, but like everybody switched their days off at work.
Mm-hmm.
And my week in my head, because I'm in charge, I have to do whoever's job ain't there. And because I'm doing somebody's job on different days than I normally do it, I'm like, oh crap. Like, it feels like Wednesday today because normally today at work I did what I normally do on Wednesdays.
On Wednesday.
But there was a check in the bank, so it's Friday.
It's Friday. That's always nice. My week. Oh my goodness. All right. So last Friday was last Friday. Saturday, I went and celebrated two good friends of mine, my Dougie, and Starfire had birthdays, had birthday parties. Their birthdays are this week.
From Marvel Comics, Starfire? The
She
one that
could be.
the one who used to hang out with Spider Man?
She could be. Could be. Could have been. She's magical. So that day, I woke up around 8 o'clock. I did the things I needed to do. Had a lot to do that day. Oh, that was the day. And then I got ready to go to their party. And I looked cute. I had a nice little dress on because you see it dressed to impress and everything, but everybody didn't. But I'm glad I didn't wear what I was going to wear because that was very like out there. But I had a cute little dress on, my cute shoes. Had fun at the party. Oh, sitting at the party. Then morning time comes. I'm like, I'm still here. And then it's like, hey, because Pride started, let's go to the parade and get something to eat. I was like, all right, I'm rolling. By the time when I got to Fergie's and ordered my food, my head went on that table. I remember waking up, my food being there. I ate a few scoops of my soup. And I was like, oh, I can't do this with y'all. I'm too old for this. That's my season. I said, I can't do this with y'all. I said, I am tired. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I had been up for 24 hours moving.
Yeah, I haven't had.
I was in that Uber, like, oh, get me home. I got in that bed and I didn't wake up until 8 o'clock that night. And then I went right back to sleep. And then the next day, I slept the whole day too. And I wasn't even right on Monday.
Yeah, you welcome to the club.
Doug. But I had fun. I had a good time. These are the glasses I wore. And somebody was like your shoes, and gave me a wristband. Didn't get y'all no wristbands. All right, that was my that was a lot of my week. I'm still recovering. Yeah, I'm here. So yeah. Yeah. All right, what we going on?
No, you just sent it to me. Let's go. Pastor Byron Meadows.
That was so funny.
How I did actually see this.
You saw it?
I seen parts of it. And I'm like, it's dumb.
It's hilarious. But this is what the pastor said. And if y'all go to church, y'all should listen to your pastor. If you don't go to church, you should listen to pastors.
Some of them.
This one you should listen to. He said this is how you get sex out of your wife.
You say I married you, you owe me sex.
No. He said the devil's knocking at the door. Hey, LaDonna.
Hey.
She in the car with Christopher. That's your nephew, right?
Yes. What's up, Chris?
Hey, nephew. So he said that when you want to have sex with your woman, you just remind her that the devil's at the door. If the devil's knocking, she need to go put on some lingerie so y'all can knock. Because if she don't, the devil gonna win. That's it.
That sounds to me like he said cheat on your wife or threaten to cheat on her. That's what I hear in the back of my mind. He didn't say those words. No, I know he didn't say those words, but that's what I'm hearing.
Nobody wants to cheat with the devil. But
the devil wants, yeah, he do.
And the devil be strong. And your wife is supposed to walk with you during that walk. And she's supposed to pray for you. And she's supposed to keep you in the grace of God. Because if a man finds a good thing when he finds a wife. So you gotta be a good wife
But
and don't let the devil get him.
You know the man who said that though, right?
Who said it?
Oh, I can't remember his name, but
Right,
I know
from somebody.
no, it's in the Bible. But he had 100 wives.
Yeah,
so he found 100 good things.
Yeah, he's supposed to, and he probably took care of all of them.
He was a king. Yeah,
he took care of his wives. Again, I'm looking for somebody on mine. If you have a lot of wives, not undomesticatedjoin@gmail.com. If you say, you better say here, you better be properly a husband to all those wives. And to me, I don't want to live with y'all. Just put that out there.
I just seen commentary on some chick was talking about how every guy she dates, like she doesn't want to date a conservative guy because she doesn't like their political views and the fact that they want her to be a traditional wife and this, that, and the third. But she wants a traditional man and one that will take care of her and provide for her.
But she don't want to do stuff.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, if you're not going to play that bargain, if you want the liberal dude that's all out there, then yeah, he's going to want to go 50-50 with you.
Yeah.
And if you want the guy who's going to take care of you, you need to shut up and listen because he's paying the cost to be the boss. Yes, Lot. Thank you.
I love the story with Lot. I love Lot.
Because he had a lot.
I want to be like Lot.
You want a bunch of wives?
I take care of y'all.
Yes.
And y'all have somebody to hang out with.
No, because only for like 8 hours, then she got to go to bed. She can't hang no more.
What you mean? I'm talking about they have other husband homies to hang out with.
Oh.
If I have multiple husbands, or y'all gonna play video games, y'all can talk men stuff, y'all can have a man cave, and then I'll call one of y'all up.
You're crazy.
For various jobs, you know. What were you just saying before I interrupted you?
Oh, she was just saying how she wanted a traditional dude, but didn't want to be a traditional woman. I'm like, you can't have it both ways.
A lot of women,
and that's what she said at the end. So I guess I kind of want my cake and eat it too. Yeah, well, you can always be with a chick.
Oh, they can get beat up. Allegedly, not all of them, but a lot of them.
To me, that's still just a fair one.
It's a fair one. That's what the lesbian said. Lesbian said if you're in a lesbian relationship, I don't know what she's talking about. If you're in a lesbian relationship and y'all fight, then that's just a fair one. Same with a gay relationship. It's a fair one. I can't see it as domestic.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Y'all
just trying to add extra charges to stuff. Nope.
But yeah, I see a lot of women see that. Like I hear when I can't understand how one want another woman to cook for her man. You ain't cooking for mine. Better be his mom or his aunt or family member. There ain't no woman cooking for mine. Because we ain't be going out to eat like that either unless it's men in the kitchen. Because no woman gonna be cooking for mine.
Okay, Maria Shriver.
And your mom too. Sometimes y'all be trying to change up what's going on in the household. Ain't nobody gonna be cooking for my husband. Ain't gonna be cleaning his drawers either. But they gonna be letting people clean the men's drawers and cook for their men. That's how you lose your men. And just like it's sexy to see a man hammering something or putting something together, and oh my gosh, like lifting trash bags and putting them out, or cutting the lawn, you be like, oh, he's a man. It's sexy, I believe, for a man to see a woman cleaning up and cooking and doing that kind of stuff. Is it true?
We just want it done.
And you don't find it like, ooh, that's
I'm glad it's done. I'm glad I ain't have to do it. I appreciate it. I do
her
appreciate
right there cooking and stuff, and her butt and hips moving. Y'all be looking at that?
No, I'm in another room watching TV.
Well, do it for yourselves, women. Feel good. But men be looking at that.
We do.
But I'm telling you, when you see a man, if you see the man doing his nails versus a man putting floors down, you be like, damn.
You talking about Dwayne Wade again?
Oh, he doing his? That's the one doing. Well,
he hugged Jimmy Butler, and if I didn't see his head, if they'd just showed like from the neck down, I just swore he was hugging a woman. He had on a fishnet sweater.
A fishnet sweater.
And his nails was painted, and I was just like, okay.
Well, somebody want him like that ugly. I don't say nothing about allegedly ugly in my eyes. Ugly, Gabrielle Union. But
allegedly ugly.
Just saying. Somebody is a pot to every kettle, or lid to every pot, or a plate to the top of the frying pan.
Well, look, whatever floats, stay boats.
Mm-hmm. I don't. That's not the type. Excuse me. That's not the type of man I'm looking for. Don't.
Like, you can take care of me.
I need a leader.
He a millionaire?
I don't care how much money you have. If you're not a leader, I'm gonna punk you. No, I won't. But yeah, I will.
I think that's what's happening to him anyway.
Yeah. Oh, but back to Brian.
Yeah.
Metals. What he said, he said what you do, you say that, and you say parum pana pana papana pom pom. Those are the words I believe you use, man, to get your woman to do it.
He was speaking in tongues. He might
pom pom.
You don't use those actual that. Never mind.
Papama pom 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 pom.
You don't say it different every single time too.
He said parum pom 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 pom, something like that. It was similar to that. If you do that, then the woman will know that the devil's coming, and she'll get in doggy style, missionary, however you like it, reverse. I don't know. All right, let's talk about Bill Cosby. Why are you messing with him? I'm so tired of this. They trying to bring every black man. By the time of the end of their thing, except for the ones that marry the white ones, and a lot of times that happens to them too, they destroy their name some way, either bankrupt.
They will build you up your whole life, and then when you stop trying to be the Hollywood show guy that you've been and try to come back and it don't matter what you did while you were doing whatever they wanted you to do. Like you can help whoever you want.
Doing it because you had friends doing it.
But as soon as you try to just help your people and just try to move certain things forward, it's like any dirt you did, it's like, hey, we know this.
You know you're supposed to carry a pass when you go off the plantation, sir. And then you acting like you don't need to carry a pass. Well, it's another alleged. Yeah. Because that's alleged.
But we're talking 54 years ago. I know people who have been born, lived, and died within that meantime. Like, stop.
Saying that he raped her. But the story is they went to a casting couch, because that's what it was. And he offered them a pill. They took the pill. He didn't tell them it was a different kind of pill. He offered them a pill. They took the pill. Said she kind of was woozy, and he saw that he was trying to touch her other friend. And then she offered herself up.
That's not rape.
You was like, no, get me first.
I want the job. Don't give it to her.
She sleep. And they're saying rape. If you get something out of something, that's fair exchange. You can't go back on that.
You tell the rest of the women that.
You can't go back on that, women. They don't like me anyway, so. But leave him alone. Y'all gonna burn those people. And another thing, I'm gonna say this is an unpopular opinion, but minus R. Kelly, because a lot of people, we love his music because he's a genius. We don't love what he did, but he's a genius. We ain't gonna take that away from him. He's the Prince, King R&B.
The King of R&B.
King of R&B. We ain't gonna take that away from him. But one thing I'm gonna say about how black people feel about those instances, like with Michael Jackson, who didn't do it, Bill Cosby, who didn't do it. It's unpopular, but he did it to white girls, and a lot of black people really don't care. Did I say that? I said it. I had to say it. But black people know.
No, because I don't think, in my opinion, it has nothing to do with that. Because if you looked at the whole list of women, there was some black, some white.
It was really only one black woman. But I'm just saying, in general, when we talked about Michael Jackson.
No, when it was that list of 60-some people, they wasn't all white.
I don't know which type of black people you be around, but the black people I'll be around. When we talk about Michael Jackson, it was like, well, he ain't touched a black boys. It's wrong.
I don't think he touched no boys.
But he ain't touched no boys. But it was a lot of black people who were just like, it's wrong. Possibly. Let me put the allegedly. But I'm just saying. I said it. Black people, my bad if I told away a secret that wasn't supposed to be told to the white people. But a lot of times, like, well,
did they care when Dylan Roof shot?
They don't care what happened to us.
Did they care? Did they care this week when the white lady
shot the lady through the door and was calling her a nigga and stuff through the door and just shot through the door instead of calling the police? if she had an issue after she broke their kid's iPad and threw skates at the kid and hit one of the kids.
Yeah, you ain't gonna throw a skate. Well, I guess
You
maybe
shouldn't
you
be doing
will.
that with a kid anyway. Talk to their parents. Had to talk to that Jamaican guy on Gerard Avenue where Janine used to have her restaurant. It's a Jamaican restaurant. Evil black man down there. And don't you ever
Pull my
if you
lever.
ever see this or anybody, you go tell him I see it, Naya, because I'll come back down there. Go and talk to my daughter was wrong. She leaned on the table and I was like, "What's wrong with you?" And he was like, "Did it start yelling at my child?" I said, "Hold on, sir, I'm her mother." And I know I look like the sister, but I was her mother. I was like, I spoke to her, but you speak to me. And he continues to look past me and speak to her. I said, "Bitch, you talk to me." Excuse my language. I'm getting hot again. I said, "You talk to me. I'm her mother. You don't sit up here and yell at no child, especially when her mother is around you. You have a conversation with me. Oh, you her mother? Yeah, I say I'm her mother the first time. You heard me." And then he waited. I said, "Well, you know, we ain't ordering nothing from here. And we won't be back here because we won't be back there unless I need to be back there." And I walked out and he started talking. I said, "You still talking?" He was talking in that restaurant. Come out here and talk.
You talk. Stop like
Gerard Avenue, 27th and Gerard, the Jamaican spot. I still walk past there. And when I walk past there, I look through the window like this. Because you know better. You're a grown man. You know you should have spoke to her mother instead of yelling at my child. And then you want to be a little punk and wait till I leave out the store to start grumbling under your breath. Do that in my face. 27th and Gerard, Jamaican spot. I will be walking past there when I go to the dollar store again and to my bank again. Anyway, I just went on a tangent. Apologies, people. But I don't play that. I don't play that with the people trying to be punks. Be a grown up. We could talk and have a conversation, but nobody's gonna just talk and be nasty to my kid and they see a parent here. I don't even know where we got from that, but it reminded me of that.
You went there. You just
I'm breathing, LaDonna. I'm breathing.
I think we was talking about Bill Cosby.
Leave him alone too. So I ain't gonna walk past your house because then y'all shoot me. But we was talking about the lady who shot we skipped to that.
Yeah.
But back to Bill Cosby really quickly. Leave him alone. He gonna haunt y'all. But y'all ain't got so. Never mind. Leave him alone. And black people, look and stop letting history repeat itself. Repeat itself. Not Pete. Repeat itself.
If you do something once, is that peating it?
I know. I peated that. I peed it.
Did I repeat it?
You smart. You smart.
If you say that, then I think we might both be lost.
She tripping. That's fine.
You're making fun of my laugh.
But yeah, Bill Cosby, prayers go to you and your family from me. I can't speak for everybody, but from me. I need you to leave me alone. And look at what's going on, people, and start. We got places we can go. We don't have to go through those ways again. Because Hollywood would have went bankrupt if it wasn't for black exploitation movies. Everything we do, we continue to allow them to exist. Based off, they use us and sit on our backs and then tell you to go walk into the back.
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
So yeah, once we take our ball and go home, everything around them will fall. Get off, you dummy. Oh, Peter, people might watch that and they might say, "I threatened the guy."
You said you called him a dummy.
He's a big dummy.
Yeah, he's chewing the wire. It's gonna hurt more than a slap if we get through it.
But yeah, Bill Cosby and the lady who shot this woman through the door and was calling her racial slurs and been doing. The lady had complained about her multiple times. Called the cops on him multiple times. Nothing happens because everybody likes whites and they like brights, and they can't do wrong. But because they wasn't going to charge her.
Stop.
They wasn't going to charge her. That's a baby, and he still got his balls. They wasn't going to charge her, but then the neighbors spoke out and said that this lady had been harassing her. So she's getting charged, but like with a misdemeanor. But she
got manslaughter.
She got manslaughter. Okay, these kids lost their mother.
If the 10-year-old was standing next to her when she got shot.
Oh, the trauma. And just because she don't like black people.
She didn't like the kids playing in there was a abandoned yard adjacent.
I wonder if they give her the same thing that they giving that black man who shot the other kid, shot the mother with the kid that was. Remember the black guy? He ran away. He shot the lady and almost shot the little girl who was playing in the yard. He told her to stop playing in the yard. I'm gonna follow both of those and see how that works. Cause they should get the same thing. If that's what it is. That's not what Bill Cosby would do, but he might. I wouldn't be mad at him. I used to like pudding pops. I'm like, ooh, pudding pop.
That was the best.
Oh no,
because it wasn't ice cream; it was really frozen pudding.
Frozen pudding. It was really good. Delicious. But that won't be. I won't be tasting this pudding pop. Oh, oh, that's how my face looks. Oh. All right, you know they done changed the famous Amos cookie recipe. Famous Amos cookies used to be been a while ago
because last time I bought them, I didn't like the way they tasted. They tasted so artificial. But I also learned to keep patents. You have to change recipes every 10 or 12 years. You have to adjust them to keep your patent.
These white people crazy. They didn't create something where they
for like foods and shit like that, you have to adjust it even in medicines and everything else to keep the patent before so they don't get generalized to the public. Like you have to switch it.
Wow.
Adjust it.
That's my daddy calling. So I have a recipe, and this is the recipe forever that makes it taste like what it is. I have to change that in order for it to not go out to the world.
If you patented it and was selling it to everybody and didn't want somebody else to make it exactly how you made it and sell it too.
See, that's that crook stuff. Because it was
the whole patent system is a
crook system because they can't create nothing. Hold on, Daddy, I'm doing my show right now. I'm gonna call you back. All right, bye bye. Love you. So yeah, famous Amos cookies ain't that famous or Amosy anymore.
Yeah,
probably gluten-free. Gluten-free stuff is disgusting.
I didn't even know I like gluten until they took it out of stuff.
Bob, who's been gluten having these gluten problems? If you got gluten problems, the Lord's trying to tell you something.
No, it's the fact that
don't change stuff.
They're changing all the foods and making it so the body can't digest this shit.
Yeah. But the Lord trying to tell you something. If you ain't supposed to eat something and it's in everything,
you ain't supposed to eat. Just die.
I'm saying.
You ain't shit.
Listen to the Lord. The woman found. Oh, we were just watching that. The lady who went to buy something on Facebook.
Oh,
something.
Yeah, watch Facebook marketplaces and meeting up with people
and stuff like that.
Yeah, because
I got a Craigslist story for everyone.
She got killed at it, and they said it looked like she never even made it to the place. But I'm saying I know it's an uptick on those kind of robberies. People selling stuff like, oh, I got this TV, this $2,000 TV. I'll sell it to you for $800, and then you show it $800 to get bopped in the head. And
that's why you go and meet. You take somebody with you who got that thing. Or I don't know. Or you go if you're a woman.
Don't bring it to nobody's. Don't go to nobody's house. Tell them to meet you in a public place.
That'd be smart.
You bring it here to me, and then we'll exchange. But I'm not going to nobody's house, especially not in a suburb or if you got a driveway or none of that.
I'm in somebody's house. They live in Center City, and I took somebody with me, and ironically, it's sad, but the guy I got my futon from. A week later, he was the nurse in the hospital over a friend of mine. And I don't know if he remembered me or I do remember him, but he also gave us extra time with my friend. Like it was, so it's just crazy. I ended up getting the couch from a week or two prior to this incident happening. But my Craigslist story, Craigslist is freaky and nasty. Oh, let's get into it.
I don't know if it still is.
Oh, this is when Craigslist first started, and I was looking for jobs on Craigslist.
It was prostitutes on it when it first started. They was all over there, just like.
But no, I don't know nothing about that section.
No, that's when Craigslist first started. All that shit was just there.
He was in the wrong section. I was getting furniture, and I was looking for jobs on it. And I used to find modeling jobs over here as well.
Modeling jobs.
Oh no, I'm in museums, sir. And not the freaky museums. I'm in museums.
Whatever you call
but
whatever you call that man's weird basement.
Oh no. But this is what happened to me on Craigslist. I was looking for a job, like an assistant's job, and it just twice. because I had to indulge this. It's hilarious. It's this man who was on there, and if anybody has this story too, he would talk to me. He's like, "Hey, I need someone to assist with my wife while I work from home." And he would say that his wife, I don't know if I told this story before, his wife didn't like to wash up, so you have to make sure she washed up. And then I'm like, okay. I was like, okay, I just want to hear where this is going. Then he was like, and sometimes she like to walk around naked, and would you like be okay with getting naked to make her feel comfortable?
Oh,
This thing was freaking. I was like,
oh yeah,
yeah,
I was in the wrong
listen,
place. I was in the wrong place on there.
I was like, oh, I wouldn't mind that because it will be this will make her comfortable, and whatever makes her comfortable, so she can get to know me better. And he was like, okay. And sometimes she might need to be spanked. And I have a little board to spank her with, but you can spank her with your hand. I said, well, whatever will make you feel comfortable and whatever she responds to. Stop, cat. Get, dummy. And then he said, then he was like, well, when would you like to come? And I gave him a date and time, never called back. Maybe like 5 years later, see the same ad. Call it. He's saying the same exact stuff. I was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah, you have
Which
to be a
one? I
little
bet it's
rough
not
with
a
it.
wife. It's him with
This-
a wig on.
Ooh,
Butt naked with a
with
wig on.
lotion and pulling lotion up from the thing with the
It
dog.
puts lotion on its skin.
Oh, it was hilarious
No,
though. It was
to you, it
weird.
was hilarious. Somebody died. I'm guessing.
Rest in peace.
Allegedly.
Rest in peace. But yeah, it's some weirdos on Craigslist. But also, it was, well, I don't even use Craigslist anymore. But Facebook Market and all those other places, be safe. Especially, yeah, just be safe. I don't know how it is in no rural places.
Odunde, what you got about that?
Doom Day is this weekend. I believe it's this weekend. Father's Day is this weekend, right? Or
Mhm.
next week?
This week, I think.
No, it's next week because they pushed it to the third weekend. It used to be the second weekend. They need to stop doing this to fathers. The Doom Day is this
Please,
weekend.
single mothers hijack Father's Day anyway.
I know. Y'all bet not this year.
They do it every year.
I'm
the mother and the father. No,
you
you're
can't
not.
be. You don't have a penis and
Some of
scrotums
them
and
do.
sperms. No woman. No
Some
mother,
of them. I was her father, now I'm her mother.
You still don't have scrotums and balls.
No,
and
you started with
sperm.
sperm and growth, but you don't have the female parts. I was doing it back.
You ain't a mother, so I don't
Yeah.
care. Whatever. Don't be. I don't play that. I'm a black woman. You may be like the other women or whatever. You can't be like me because I can have everybody and can destroy them. We have a specific gene that nobody else has, so you can feel like everybody else, but you won't be feeling like this one because you can't be like me. Wanna be like. Not here. But people live how you want to live. But you will not disrespect me and say you know how it feels to be me, because me only has something that a lot of people don't have. So you can't feel like me. Eve Jean, don't they call it that? So stop, get over here when you be like the other ones. But do you? I respect it. But don't play with me. Doom Day is the largest, they say it's the largest African American outdoor festival, street festival in all of the country. People come through from all over the country, all over the world to sell their wares. It used to be really cool. We do a offering by the river early in the morning. We the Yoruba community does a march. In Yoruba, the Khan, said, indigenous people, we all do a march and we do a offering to the river. In the morning, it's so beautiful. All the black people, when you hear the drumming, and it's wonderful. I thought I saw a white man that was part of Yoruba.
From
I
Europe?
know they doing that.
There's plenty of white men from Europe. What
No,
you
I know
talking
they
about?
doing that in Africa, making white people be chiefs of certain tribes of religious stuff. And y'all better, y'all ain't learned nothing from slavery. Oh well. But it's beautiful. And then afterwards you have street dancers, you have what was this?
It's just starting to slow down.
You have street dancers. I was gonna say street fighters, but no street fighters. Oh, before I finish with that just reminds me. You know those little pills in the gas station? They got one called Street Overload. It looked like a Street Fighter person on here. It looked like white suit. You know the Ken. But it's called Street Overlord because they didn't put the street. You know, sometimes different people from different countries don't know how to spell stuff right. but it's hilarious and they work.
Yep.
I think. I don't know. Never took one.
You be hanging with Bill Cosby. Somebody here, take a pill. Okay.
Good for you. But back to Doom Day. They have a drum circle. My homies be down there for Rue and
You got one homie.
I have friends. Levi,
Jordan.
no, who else? Oh, Brother George, Brother Rue. There's a lot of people that be down there. You have dancers, and you can sit on the side off of South Street. It's 23rd, 22nd, 21st, 20th, and that's South Street with South Street bridges. Beautiful. So if you're in Philadelphia, go to Doom Date on Sunday. I believe it's this Sunday and not next Sunday. Because next Sunday is celebrations for Juneteenth. So yeah, that's why I had that for Doom Day. And then I don't know who the artists are, but usually Karis One comes. Special Ed came before Kwame came. Kwame is dope. But they have different artists that come and do stuff.
Did he have on polka dots?
No, but he had his nice little chocolate on. He's a chocolate fine. Oh, he's so chocolate. Okay.
Canadian wildfire.
Canada. I was about to say, what is?
Can we sue them for our air quality?
Air quality. What's wrong with Canada and not getting their stuff together? Y'all usually get stuff together.
Don't be letting that shit blow down here. Keep y'all shit in y'all space.
Talk about it because I gotta do something.
Oh yeah, well, it was fires in Quebec, I think, and then all the smoke blew down into New York and down into Philadelphia and all the way down to DC and West Virginia to the point where I went outside the other night and I really thought the sky was on fire.
Yes, it was so orange, but it was so. I walked to the store earlier that day.
It was so thick.
You told me, and by the time I got back from the store, I was like, "Oh, I should have worn a mask." It was that thick. And then in the evening, it just it wasn't even time. It still was light out, and it looked orange, like the
and I went out about 8:30, right as the sun was going down, and it was already down to the point where somebody. I live right off Germantown Avenue, really big major street.
Where you live?
You know how long Germantown Avenue runs from one end of the city to the other.
23, baby.
So somewhere along there where I live.
He don't know. We don't know what country he live on either. So
I really don't. But it had to be so thick. Somebody was going too fast and hit a pole and spent all the way around. And their front wheel was over that way, and the car was facing the other direction on the other side of the street.
Get off my couch. Go. Apologies. Go ahead.
That was it. Crashed his car because you couldn't see it. You really couldn't see out there.
It was so that thick, and you could smell it. It smelled like
you could taste it. Yes,
you could taste
your eyes
it. It was like
were burning.
embers, and you can it felt like somebody's house was on fire 2-3 doors down. That's how heavy and thick it was. That's
it just wasn't the heat. That's the only thing that was missing because I've been next to a house.
And I'm glad it wasn't humid.
Oh yeah.
Because that would have made it so thick.
That would have made it more oppressive and thick, yeah.
Yep, we are living in Resident Evil. Oh, these people crazy too. They be eating people and
you been down K&A with the zombies?
But thank goodness people think it came from New York. It came from New York and they sent it spread across everywhere. New York, one of our cases.
Yeah, they came and got it from us. So that's crazy. If you buy drugs in Philadelphia, 90% of it has fentanyl in it. And if you come down here looking for fentanyl, it has horse tranquilizers in it. They doing way too much.
Philly is where we a lot of things are tested out. The different sodas, the different chips, they test them out here, and then they take them all over the world, and they test out the drugs here as well because we have a Kensington.
I think everybody should have a Kensington.
I don't think everybody.
I think everybody should. I systematically destroy that.
No, don't have a Kensington. You don't want to have a K&A. No, you don't. It's terrible. Those were the evil residents are. They're not. I wouldn't say they're evil, but they look like it.
They're zombies, and they will eat your face.
They will eat your face, or eat their face.
As the pieces fall off of it.
But yeah, so it's the wildfires have been subsiding in Ottawa and everything. And New York is getting better. Our air quality is a lot better today.
Yeah.
But this is the second natural disaster Philly had, and I'm tired of it. We don't have natural disaster. We like free from all the disasters except for gun violence. I think that's enough that we need to have.
Because that's everywhere every day.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
a
fighting these
couple times a
hiccups.
day.
Okay.
Grow. If you hiccup, you're still growing. So, all right, that's the wildfire thing. It was crazy. I meant to take a picture, but Zion Williamson. He's William's son.
Yes.
That's the one with the porn star.
And
Oh, he has a stripper girlfriend who's pregnant.
Yes, and they just announced
the cat wants to be seen. I have a cat. Before we go on to Zion Williamson, my cat has balls. This is my daughter's cat, and the cat still has balls. I don't want the cat to be spraying anywhere. Say hi, cat. If you want a cat, he still has his balls. He's a pretty nice cat. He doesn't scratch or anything. He got his balls. I just don't really. If somebody want them, you can have them. I already have a cat, but I definitely don't want to put them out or anything. Wait a minute. And I don't want to get rid of his balls. I think that is so cruel. I understand it's like they don't want to have overpopulated stuff, but it's the earth for everything. Take them out into the woods and let them survive. If they survive, they survive. If they don't, they don't. It's other animals, the survival of the fittest, but you shouldn't be taking nobody's balls off, because how would you do what kind of quality of life is it? My other cat who doesn't have balls is just sad. Don't get out of here. Get you.
Ain't nobody gonna take the cat you constantly gotta yell at it and they know it don't listen.
He's a kitten. He's only like 6 months old, 7 months. So he's curious. But that's how you train him. Get and they get it together. But I feel bad about getting his balls cut off, because it just don't feel right. He should be able to do it freely and not be depressed and just sad because he ain't got no balls.
That's why the other cat went blind.
Said, yeah, because they ain't had no balls.
So what I need to see for?
Yeah, just giving up. All right, back to David Williamson. Zion Williamson.
Oh yeah. Well, him and his stripper girlfriend announced they was having a baby, and it was gender reveal. I think it's a girl. I don't remember.
But I don't like them gender reveals.
But then his side chick porn star.
What kind of porn star is she though?
Nasty.
Like nasty. What kind
of? Well, yeah, she was posting all the stuff she let him do to her and all of that in detail. So I'm like, oh, you really don't care.
Didn't you say she wanted them ghetto gaggers?
Well, they said she was on there too.
So if you're on ghetto gaggers, not that I've ever seen this. This is what I heard, because you can
Google
things.
More allegedly.
Yeah, that's why I keep that up there. This is when they be having like white men talk dirty to black women and just be real nasty. Sometimes they use the N-word, but a lot of times they just call it black whores or just degrading black things, and they make her throw up, and then sometimes they make them eat, throw up.
You say make them, but they signed up for all this stuff. Like, if you've seen the site, you know what you're signing up for. It is gross, but they signed up for it.
I've only seen about 5 or 6 of them, but I don't watch it all the way through. No,
just till I'm done with it.
Let me rephrase that. No, after a point, it just gets too like, I feel dirty. Have you ever watched porn and you watch a certain kind of porn, and after you watch it, you be like, ooh, what's wrong with me? Do you ever feel that way about the porn you watch?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't watch porn.
Negro, all the stuff, I'll show all the stuff you send me. I don't know why you send me it, because I'm not into the porns. But when I do watch the porns, I'm like, ooh, what is wrong with me as a person? Why would I like that? And that's one of them. Only saw about 5, 6, or 10 of those, but
all of them.
I probably know who she is.
Yeah, but
not by name, but by face. But you said this.
How she sound when she throw up?
That's how right there.
I recognize that.
But no, it's really gross and it's very demeaning. And I don't think, allegedly, I don't think anyone should watch it.
Allegedly.
But you said she had an ankle bracelet on one of them.
If it's the same chick, like, yo, this is ridiculous. I don't think that was the same chick though.
Why would somebody do her? I mean, people have their thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, after you see these things that she does, you like, All right, it doesn't turn me on. I'm saying it
Just those
sense.
5 or 6 times for research
I
purposes.
just was like, this is weird. Why is somebody allowing someone to speak to them that way? And I was like, let me watch another one. This one didn't completely convince me why. So she was saying she's mad because he with the stripper girl and having a baby with a stripper girl. All of them are plastic. They all nothing plastic dolls. This fake, that's fake. The other stuff.
So
fake.
she posted all, not pictures, but all the stuff they do. And then she said, I don't care if you have a baby by her, this, that, and the third, because I'm going to be the number one. She always going to be the number two, this, that, and the third. Does she know you moving me to, she can live down the street from the spot you buying me and this, that, and yeah. Like,
what's wrong with
these
people?
people
Like, you
are
sound dumb.
Yeah. She don't think she do because she put it all on the internet
Well,
for everybody.
If you see what she do, now I'm not saying I saw her. I'm not saying I did. Then it lines right up.
That's crazy.
Oh, this world, like you said. Well, Babylon. Lot though, if you lots, y'all better not turn around. Let them turn salt. Keep on moving. But yeah, so he's going through that. And people clowning him, but if he likes strippers and he like ghetto gaggers,
I mean, like, hey, Gilbert Arenas was like, he doing it right. He said, you know how much money I wasted in the strip club when I could have just brought him home?
Yes. That's what you should do. You should.
He said, John Morant should have just brought him home.
Just bring him home. Why would you bring your strippers home?
He said, everybody clowning this man right now. He's a genius.
Khaleesi's dating Bill Murray. Awesome. Her milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and then is better than yours.
That just seems weird. They both are weird.
Yeah, she's a little eccentric, and he's very eccentric.
No, weird. No, they pass eccentric. Both of them do some.
They have money, so you have to say eccentric.
No, they're strange.
Strange is better. So congratulations, Bill Murray.
And Nas's baby mama.
I don't know what she's getting out of it, but Bill Murray's probably super. I would want to hang out with Bill Murray. Now listen, Danny DeVito, if you want to call me, I'm here. There's nothing weird about it for us. It's love.
He don't feel that way.
Mrs. DeVito. I don't even be Mrs. DeVito. I can just be a friend. Anybody who knows Danny DeVito, give him a shout out. Let him know that I love him.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, it will be. Hi, Danny. Undomesticatedjoin@gmail.com. All right. Look at my earrings. I've worn these before. These are my earrings of my homie creations by Carla. I'm gonna get her to make me some for the summer.
They look similar to the Wayne Wade sweater, except his was white. But yeah, it was.
Don't you dare say it's not like the Wayne Wade.
That's what it looked like.
Don't you disrespect my earrings like that. But congratulations, Khaleesi.
Oh, the man got eaten by the shark in Egypt. Tiger shark.
The man got eaten by a tiger shark in Egypt.
And then they killed the shark.
Why they killing these animals? How you?
Well, no, like, but on some shit, like, all right, but that's what happens when
you go into shark water.
If you come into my house and I don't want you there, I'm not going to eat you.
Shark stood his
ground.
But
I'm going to kill you. But if you go in the woods and there's a bear in the woods, is it the bear's fault for eating you? No, it's your fault for being in the woods.
They need to stop killing these animals.
If you're in the savannah and the lion is hunting you or the hyenas are hunting you, why are you there?
Yeah, you shouldn't have been there. Or
if
you should know how to say,
Yeah, like the Maasai do. Like the lion don't fuck with them. Lions see them and they go the other way. Like, all they got is spears. They're like, we don't want. Yeah, them niggas play too much. They like to wear them.
Yeah, I know.
They want to wear a lion.
Like, yeah, I'm not a horse.
They play too much.
But yeah, and he ate. He was biting on him, and he was trying to get away.
And he was like, screaming.
Yeah, it was bad. But stay out the waters, or learn how to talk shark. I don't know. Another thing happened.
And I think it's screwed up because I think he was from Australia. You know how many sharks
they had shark attacks in Australia,
and they got the jellyfish, and they got all that stuff. He's like, I'm gonna go to Egypt so that I can be safe and go play in the ocean.
Because the Pharaoh said, Moses said, "Let my people go," and y'all won't let the people go. Y'all treating the people of Egypt bad. Y'all done changed the rules on them. Talking about sub-Saharan Africa is Northern Africa, ain't part of Africa. Let the people go because we ain't playing. I ain't gonna get on that tangent again.
Oh, the whale ate the 2 people in the kayak.
Yes, that was so weird. It just came and engulfed the whole thing. It was like Jonah in the whale's belly.
Well, they don't go into his belly because they can't fit down his throat. He has a big ass mouth and a tiny throat.
Oh.
I know you was.
Oh, Naya, be like a rock. I don't know why, but don't say what you want to say.
Go on, say it.
No.
Might get us more views.
Pause. No pause. All right. So
yeah, so he ended up spitting the people out they live. But
well, got big ass mouth but no throat. No throat game.
Look, pretty
Okay.
much. They eat small things and stuff that they can filter through. That's just so they can take big mouthfuls.
They're not part. They don't be around African things.
I don't know.
Or black things. Okay.
No, they eat fish. Get out of here.
Okay.
And Creole and shit.
All right. Well, they spit the people back out. Right?
Yeah.
Well, that had to be an experience. I would be like, yo, get me out of here. but all right, I'm glad they didn't let the well go. Stay away from these humans, animals, if you can hear this. Oh, yeah, they indicted. I'm happy they indicted him on this thing because that's how watch what happens with Trump. He's gonna get off of this because of other
keeps
stuff.
Saying that.
Watch.
She gonna owe me $10 if y'all was watching that episode.
I owe him 20 because we doubly because you said he won't be going to jail or get indicted.
Well, I knew he was getting indicted. Yeah, that
was something like he won't be going to jail.
Yeah, he hasn't gone to jail, and that's still up in the air. But this is a federal criminal indictment. So if he don't win, he's got to go to jail. There is no slap on the wrist for this shit.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Go Trump 2024 or Cornel West, but I'm not voting for you, Cornel West. But I may.
I will.
Because you was against Obama. I respect that. Yeah, if I voted, I would not. Trump 2024. Talking about that, why black people getting on Ice Cube for bringing his issues for the black community to the Republicans and the Democrats? Because they are parties that supposed to represent and take care of everyone. Yeah. And the only people that entertained it and also acknowledged it were the Republicans. Black people, you have to remember, most of us are technically Republican in our thoughts. If you take the racism out and the white people, we are all Republican with our conservative views. Don't let them push you towards like, oh, if you're a Republican, then you're a racist. You sound stupid.
No,
you sound really stupid.
I don't think that's
because
stupid.
You shouldn't say, oh, just want to be a Democrat because I don't want to be labeled as a racist. But the Republicans hold a lot of issues that we hold dear and just say, no, I ain't gonna do this because somebody gonna call me a racist. No. You still go with the party that has your issues.
Not if they're still doing racist shit, because the racist shit is going on. The racist shit trumps everything else. The racist shit trumps. Yes, they are.
Stupid enough to think the Democrats are not racist. They just do it subtly. So it's the same thing. So why when you go with a party that actually is addressing the issues that you want,
one of them.
You shouldn't be with either one of them. But to condemn somebody like, oh, they are racist. Well, who do you think the Democrats are? Look at all the bills that done and created by Democrats and how racist they are and how the money black men and black women and children taken out of homes because of those democratic laws that was created. And you still like, well,
Republican laws too, though.
No, I'm just saying either way, though, you shouldn't be like, oh, somebody's wrong because they said I'm gonna be a Democrat. They the same people. If you want to be a Republican, you want to be black. If y'all go with those things, be a Republican and black. Because somebody can say, oh, because Republicans are racist, so are the Democrats. Well, I'm just gonna be on this side with the racists because they're a little covert with it. It's stupid. Go with whatever side holds your views, and then you just have to discern in between because the Democrats ain't shit either, and don't do nothing for black people ever, but put you in jail. But you be like, well, if I be a Republican, then somebody gonna say I'm a racist. Well, you're just a darn stupid slave if you go with the other ones who treat you bad and don't even do nothing for you. Republicans laws, a lot of the laws black people are for, and they get passed. And he's a Republican. You don't think you're not for any laws of Republican because they're racist?
Not because they're racist, because I'm not for the shit they talking about.
But if it's a law that goes towards something that helps
nobody's passing laws for me. Nobody is.
Okay, listen, look at the politics. If you're into politics, don't just go with somebody's party because they say they're not racist. When they've shown you that they're racist, they continuously show you they're not doing anything for you. But because they don't outwardly say it, then you'd be like, well, let's just go over here then.
And you say just go with the motherfuckers who outwardly
I
say it
said,
because they doing the
if they go,
shit I like.
no, if they do
They
it
do
outwardly
some shit
saying
I
they
like, so
actually doing
they
stuff
can call me
that
nigga all they want because they do some shit outwardly.
the
like.
other ones call you nigga too, just
But
behind closed doors.
All right, you ain't gonna say it to my face.
So
I know they all gonna call me.
Okay, so the ones who say it behind closed door, who don't do anything for your people, stay with them. But the ones that has laws that actually help you and your people, stay outwardly.
What laws? What laws did they?
Conservative
Show
laws
me. Tell me one.
people,
Tell me one.
I don't get into neither one
then
of them.
You're wrong because you don't have anything to know.
So you
Republicans ain't doing nothing
let's
for
say
you.
this.
They're doing less
so
for you than
Republican Party
Democrats.
and their views are not very aligned with the Black community.
Fuck their views.
No, I'm talking about their laws. I'm talking
about their laws.
I'm talking about their laws. Their views are whatever for the laws that they want to get created.
They say no, but that's not the laws they actually create.
Okay, let's stop right there. So they're not actually creating, and their views are aligned with Black community, just their views, some of their views. Now let's talk about Democrats. Are their views aligned with the Black community?
Some of them.
Do they create those laws? No. For the most part, Black people are conservative and not liberal, and that's the truth. Is that not true?
On some issues.
Okay, let's end up going to something else. I said what I had to say. You said what you had to say. And that's where we're going to leave it.
Okay.
So, Trump 2020.
I actually watch these motherfuckers and what they doing.
Okay. I read books about this all my life.
I'm talking about what they're currently doing. Fuck the past and all that. I know that. I read those books too.
Dictates the future. And
I can.
You don't want to let it go. We can still talk about it, or we can let it go.
It's up to you.
I would rather let it go because it's not going.
Yeah, because you're gonna lose this one.
I don't lose. Okay. All right, we're not going to do that.
I've got examples.
Okay. All right. You win.
Thank you.
Oh, you won. Look at that. This is the first time I lied in my whole life because I'm not a liar. But if that keeps us from talking about it anymore, then you can be the winner. All right.
I'm the winner because I'm the winner. That has nothing to do with.
Okay. You are the winner. You are the winner. You see how it looks. And I can see.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Your condescending tone means nothing because you lost.
You're winning.
And you lost.
Sure.
Yes,
that
I know.
You feel good.
I know.
So South
it doesn't
Korean
make me feel
woman
good. It makes me feel right.
Okay, we're gonna stay on this because we can go on.
No, because you keep trying to get the last word. And I'm not giving it to you.
I said all right.
No. Thank you. See? All right. See, and you're still trying to get the last word.
Okay,
I'm not gonna let you.
South Korean woman. You hear that? Childish. South Korean woman.
Exactly, and I'm going to be childish because she keeps trying to win.
Murder. And that's that right there. I'm going to do something wrong just because I want to. And I want to see how it makes you feel. And how it makes you feel. That sounds about right. I don't do things wrong just to be wrong. I do what is supposed to be right. That's me though. So South Korean woman wants to see what it's like to murder. You know about this situation. To be wrong? No, I don't. I don't do anything to be wrong because that's wrong. I wouldn't sit up there and do the wrong thing because in spite of something. Is wrong. That just doesn't even make sense. That makes me an idiot to be like me, for me personally. I'm going to do something wrong.
I agree.
Based so I can prove something to someone else. You never should be wrong. You never should do things bad or wrong. Just dumb to prove something to somebody else. No. South Korean woman. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, she, like a lot of women I know, watch a lot of those true crime stories and murder mysteries.
Oh, like the Snapped and all that stuff. I know a lot of people watch that too.
Yeah, and like, it's got it's interesting for a few minutes, but I can't binge that shit. Like,
I don't like it. Just,
yeah. But she's really into that, and she wanted to know what it would be like if she could get away with it, because she thought watching all that stuff, she figured she could get away with it because that's what she thought. So she decided.
Did she get away with it?
She in jail now.
Oh,
we know about it. She ain't get away with it.
I mean, like if she did like more than one. She only had one that she did.
That we know about. Like,
all right. So what did she do?
She called up this tutor and said, "Look, I got a daughter who needs English lessons."
Yeah.
And she said, "Okay." They arrange for her to meet. Then she dresses up like a student, goes to the woman's house, murders her, leaves. Comes back, chops the body up, and then goes to dispose of it.
And put it in a suitcase, didn't she?
Yeah.
Just to see what it was like.
Just to see if she...
What's going on with this world? It's beyond crazy. It's because it's starting to be the new normal where people are doing things and it's like, oh, mental illness. No, it's something, it is a mental illness, but we can't just keep saying mental illness. Oh,
And
that's
it's
it.
okay.
No, we
Yeah.
need to figure out what the root of this mental illness is. It was TV shows, it's not parents in the household, something, and fix that. And not just be like, oh, this is just what happens because of mental illness. No, that should be fixed. That ain't cool.
Yeah, and some mental illnesses, there are no cure for it. You got to lock the people up.
It's cures for them, but you got to do a lot of stuff for that because it's
Mm.
called a chemical imbalance, and that's why people have certain things, and you
No,
treat
some
them
people just
chemically.
crazy. Some people
All
want
right, we
bad
want to agree
things.
to disagree on this
No,
one
no, you
either.
can't tell me some people aren't just evil.
It's also called a chemical imbalance. Certain
Not
things, when
for
you look at people
everybody.
chemicals, when you look at people chemicals,
So,
because everything is science, it is. When you look at certain chemicals and you see certain imbalances in people, you start giving them certain things to make things balance itself off. Bipolarism, schizophrenia, those are chemical imbalances. So, and also, if you want to get past that, something spiritual that goes on. But people aren't just set up here to just fail. There are other things to
I
help
don't
out.
believe that.
And then there are certain people who just choose to be certain things,
Yeah,
but
because they want
that's
to.
not a mental illness.
And
That's
that's
who
what I'm
they are.
saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But
Some
mental
people are just
illnesses can
bad.
be can be fixed. Don't let
Yeah.
nobody tell you
Yes.
that.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
but no, it's crazy. Some I just want to do bad. That can't be
When we
fixed
don't
if
want to
that's
call
just
them
a good time.
crazy. That's just
No.
who they are.
And it's
That's
crazy to be that
to
way.
you. It's crazy to be that way. Some people just are who they are, and we ain't put no crazy label on it. That's just who they are. I don't like calling people crazy. But if somebody
I
wants
don't
to be a
mind calling people
murderer,
crazy if
it
they
may be crazy to you. It ain't crazy to them. And how you act is crazy. So there's
no.
degrees on crazy. People do what they
We
want to
have
do,
to
but
have a
people
definition for a word so that we can
some
actually use it.
people who do what they want to do. If you want to, like, okay, so if I'm a person, I'm put it like this, societally, because that look like that, because it'd be a society of people who eat people, cannibals, and that's not crazy to them, but it's crazy to you because, but in their society, it's not crazy.
What
So
society?
there's a couple of cannibalistic societies. I know it's one in Africa that they are, from history, they've been cannibals.
Who?
That's what they do. It's a tribe in Africa. I will find it for you.
Yeah,
And
yes, please. I need
it's people
examples,
in Europe.
not anecdotes.
Okay. Well,
I
I'm
tell
going
you
to
this all
speak
the
to your
time.
people. I'm not going to tell him, but there are tribes and people who are cannibals, and that's part of their society.
Crazy.
That
in
to
my
you,
opinion.
and your, that's why I said, and your opinion is crazy. It's
And-
not, and it's because in their opinion, you eat. Okay, let's not even go cannibals. Let's go somewhere simple. So we both know people in India do not eat cows. They think people eat cows could be crazy, but that's in their opinion. So we can't say people are crazy. It's all your perspective of how your society and how you do things. So that's what I'm saying. There are people who do things that you may find is crazy because it's your opinion. But there are people who have mental illnesses, and mental illnesses can be fixed. But there are people who do things you don't like. It's people who do, let's talk about sexual stuff. It's certain things that you may not do that somebody else do, and you can't say that they're crazy. You can, but it's your opinion, but we don't have a word to generalize. If it's not the same everywhere, it's not a fact. So it's your opinion and perspective of that. If it's your opinion and perspective, it's not a fact. Facts are, it means it for everyone. If it doesn't mean it for everyone and it doesn't exist for everything, it's not a fact. It's your personal perspective and opinion. That's it.
Some things are crazy.
To everybody. You didn't. Okay, never mind. We're not gonna go into that. So everything, if he says it's crazy, then it must be crazy for everybody, and it must be a fact. For
and if
me,
and if she
I
says,
am saying, for me,
she
I'm
says
saying,
she can fix the world. Everybody has a chemical imbalance and can be saved.
I'm saying there are people who have chemical imbalances, like for schizophrenia and bipolarism and other things that make people do things because it is a chemical imbalance. When you eat certain foods, you can't think a certain way. Certain foods leave worms in your body that eats away at your brain that causes certain encephalitis or certain things like that. If you didn't have those things in your body, then those things wouldn't happen. Things are science. But then you also have people who choose to live their life how they want to live it. As you can say it's crazy in your opinion. He says if it's crazy for him, it's crazy for everybody.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion. Is if my knowledge of facts are something is true, it's true for everyone. But if it's not true for everyone, it's not a fact. For Anthony, it's different. For me, it's different, and we'll move on from there.
Once again, there she
All
go trying to
right.
be right all the time.
Who trying to be right?
The people
Oh
watching get it.
Lord.
The people watching get it.
I know. I hope they get it because
They
nobody said anybody was wrong in this situation. All right.
no,
I
you
said for
did.
Anthony is
Yeah,
this
yeah,
way and for
exactly. You're
Naya
being
is this way.
You're being
Oh
condescending.
Lord, how am I being condescending? I'm
If you,
just talking.
yeah,
You said
whatever.
this is for you. Let's just go on to another
Move on.
subject.
Move on.
Oh Lord, we might have to cut this short. It's 10 o'clock already, so we might
No,
as
we
well
got
cut
some
it
more.
short
No,
because
no,
we're
let's
not gonna
finish.
go anywhere because you're angry or
I'm
something.
not angry, but you are. You're the one sweating
I'm not
and being
sweating. I am.
condescending.
Oh my goodness, this is sad.
See?
Ah, all right. We're gonna end it for the night because there's nothing else to talk about because I don't think it's gonna go well. But thank you everyone for watching this weird night. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thank you, LaDonna, for oh, we just stop talking about the research part. The research part was great. And he said he knows because his sister is special.
No, no, don't take this out.
No, she was talking about something else,
I
not
know what she was
about
talking.
me. I don't know what she was talking
I
about
know
because
what she
it's
was
not
talking about.
me.
No,
I
don't.
hope I didn't do anything wrong again. All right,
You ain't
what
do
is
nothing wrong.
okay? Let's end the show. I hope everyone have a peaceful night and a peaceful week. I'm gonna have a peaceful night and a peaceful week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.